The Oklahoma City Thunder, arguably the best team in the NBA right now, has had one of the toughest schedules to kick off 2025, having to face the top three teams in the NBA four times in the span of 2 weeks. OKC has been on fire lately, losing only one game last month. Thank you, Adam Silver, for erasing this loss from the collective NBA consciousness. Everyone is dying to see if OKC can continue this impressive season or if they'll eventually fizzle out. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth NBA analysis. I think it's safe to say that OKC has exceeded everyone's expectations so far this season. Around this time last year, they were second behind Minnesota with a 25-11 record. The much-needed additions of Alex Caruso and Isaiah Hartenstein has led to positive change, but we are witnessing Shea evolve into MVP form. Last month, he averaged 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists with no signs of slowing down in 2025. There are only 3 other players in NBA history that ever averaged 30 plus points per game during a 15 plus game win streak: Michael Jordan, Stephen Curry, and James Harden. All were MVPs at the end of those seasons, so what's stopping history from repeating itself this time? By far, though, the scariest thing about OKC is the fact that their star big man Chet Holmgren will be more than ready to play once he's able to return. The second game of a back-to-back for OKC had them up against the third best team in the East, the New York Knicks. The momentum swung back and forth throughout the entire game and had the feel of a heavyweight fight. The game starts with OKC swinging the ball to Hartenstein at the free throw line to collapse the defense. This leads to an open Lou Dort in the corner to knock down a three. If he keeps knocking down those threes at 40% or higher, it'll take some scoring pressure off of Shea and Jalen Williams. Shea just goes and one mixtape here and puts one of the best defenders in the league on a TikTok. He sizes up Bridges, then Hart switch onto him. Shea hits a quick spin gather that gets him an easy layup while Hart is still trying to figure out what happened. Williams has done a great job of holding down the big man position amidst all of OKC's injuries, but moments like this prove just how much Chet is needed. The Knicks pass it around in order to take advantage of the position that Towns has on Williams. Towns gets the ball on the rim for an easy dunk. Williams does end up missing the three, but Aaron Wiggins grabs the offensive rebound, then passes it to a cut-in Williams for a dunk in traffic to get the crowd back into the game. This is what the best defense in NBA history looks like. Also, Wiggins continues to prove that he was worth every penny of that extension. Hartenstein and Dort pressure Brunson into making a bad pass, and OKC begins to push in transition. Wiggins floats to the open space behind the three-point line and knocks down a huge three to go up by 6. This was OKC's first matchup versus the Knicks this season, and getting the win was crucial since they'll be playing them again within a week. Shea finished with his usual 30-point performance, but Wiggins stepped up big time with 19 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks while shooting 78% from the field and 67% from 3. 2 days later, OKC is hosting the Boston Celtics in another showdown versus one of the best in the East. This game was about as good as you would have expected, but OKC's defense allowed the team to prevail. Williams has the ball up top, and he swings it to Wiggins, who attacks the mismatch quickly to create space for the open mid-range. Some of Shea's confidence must be rubbing off on Wiggins because the same thing happens again. He attacks the mismatch and drives to the hoop with a nice finish. OKC is going to be near impossible to stop if their role players are acting like this. Porzingis doesn't respect Wiggins' 3. No problem, he pulls up and drains it from deep. Williams does a good job of cutting off any angles for Brown and forces him to turn over the ball. Wilder scoops it up and then muscles Holiday out the way to finish the transition layup. Shea just gets surgical and sizes up Holiday with a few dribbles to create some space. The minute Holiday sags a bit, Shea steps back and drains a 3. This sequence shows you why Shea is the heart and soul of this team. He gets himself in position to get a great block on Tatum while defending the break. Williams gets the ball back to him when he's getting up the court. He then allows it to a cut to Hartenstein for the dunk over Derek White.
Jaylen Brown in particular, he starts out 8 of 12, 21 points in the first half. He goes scoreless in the second half. The only stats he records are 2 turnovers. What went into slowing him down?
We moved Dort on him.
OKC activated that Dorcher Chamber trap card and completely eliminated Brown from this game in the second half. 2 turnovers were literally the only stats he recorded. OKC once again proved that they were not to be taken lightly. Even coming off of a tough game versus the Knicks, they still found a way to achieve a 13-point victory while keeping one of the league's best offenses under 100 points. Shea dominated both ends of the floor, finishing with 33 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. It was another impressive showing from the role players tonight too. Wallace had 13 points and 2 steals, while Wiggins poured in 15 points. The game of the year so far was easily in Cleveland, where the number one offense meets the number one defense. This game lived up to all the hype surrounding it and had me glued to the screen from start to finish. Getting a potential finals preview this early into the year was great to see. Dort's defense was crucial as he completely eliminated Donovan Mitchell from this game early. Mitchell tried to create space for a jumper, but Dort is able to block the shot. Wallace is able to grab the rebound and kick it to Williams for a transition finish. Although rare, these type of mistakes on defense for the Thunder will kill their team. After the double team on Mitchell, Dort should have gone to Strus, leaving Williams to stay on Mitchell. Since that didn't happen, 3 defenders ended up on one side and Hartenstein had to stay on Mobley, so Strus had all day to knock down this 3. Hartenstein's ability to read the floor and pass like a guard opens up the floor for everyone and encourages constant off-ball movement. After receiving the ball, he quickly scans the floor and passes it to a cutting Williams for an and-one layup. Jared Allen and Evan Mobley were just too much for OKC. Hartenstein was able to hold his ground the best he could, but you could just tell how much OKC was missing Chet this game. The Cavs swing the ball to Mobley in order to attack Hartenstein, the lone paint defender. Hartenstein commits to stopping Mobley, so Mobley lobs it to Allen for an easy dunk. There were a lot of late whistles and questionable calls or missed calls in general this game, and the overall officiating was a bit weird. I mean, Shea clearly steps out of bounds on his offensive board, and the official literally right there and misses it. This leads to Wallace being able to knock down a 3 in the corner. I want to apologize to Ty Jerome because I wasn't familiar with his game at all. He came off of the bench and provided high energy on both ends of the floor at crucial moments of this game. His playstyle and role reminds me of what TJ McConnell provides for the Pacers when Tyrese Halliburton is on the bench. Right here, he splits the Thunder defense and floats the ball up and in over the defenders. Even though the Thunder lost this one, there were a lot of positive aspects in the bigger picture. They were able to eliminate Donovan Mitchell out of the Cavs' game plan for the majority of the night, forcing Cleveland to adapt. Even though they were being dominated by the Cavs' bigs, they were able to keep the game close from start to finish. And now we know for sure you can rely on Wallace and Wiggins to give you key contributions either starting or off the bench. The Thunder will have to face the Cavs again next week, but this time they'll be in Oklahoma. Will home court advantage make a difference this time around? Can OKC overcome Cleveland's bigs and get a big win? If OKC wins, would they be considered the best team in the NBA now? Just like you, I have a bunch of questions myself, but I guess we'll have to wait until January 16th to find out.